I'm Cathy Thomas. Joining me is Daniel Hyatt, the executive chef at Juliette's Cafe and Coffee Culture in Newport Beach. Today, he's going to share the secrets to his updated and oh so popular smoked trout salad. Chef, what makes this salad so irresistible?
So this salad that we do at Juliette's Cafe and Coffee Culture is really refreshing. It's very light. It has a lot of great tomatoes, cucumbers, has a lot of herbs, dill, and mint.
And it's also that delicious trout.
Yes, and the smoked trout that we do in-house is amazing. It really brings a lot out of the salad.
Well, let's get started. I want to know how to do this.
So do I.
All right.
We're going to start by roasting an Anaheim chili today. Typically, we would use a poblano, but we found these fresh Anaheim chilies today. You just want to get that nice charred color on there. So this is a trout that we brined overnight. It's basically sugar, salt, some bay leaves, and some fresh dill. We cool the brine, and then we pour it over, and we leave it in the refrigerator overnight. We make a seasoning that is made with Old Bay seasoning and paprika, and we dust it pretty heavy. And
is the fish dry at that point? Do you kind of wipe the brine off?
No,
or do you leave the brine on?
We leave the brine. We don't do anything that we just remove it from the brine. We don't pat it dry. We do not do anything. The brine, the saltiness in there is really nice. And then we put it in a smoker. We have a stovetop smoker at the restaurant.
And is there a beautiful aroma while this is going on?
Oh, it smells great in the restaurant.
Yeah,
it smells great in the kitchen.
It just must be kitchen perfume.
It is wonderful. We're just looking for a nice char. It's going to take a little bit, so we keep doing other things while we're doing that. We're going to go ahead and work on a vinaigrette. We're going to take some of our rice vinegar and lime juice.
Is it seasoned rice vinegar?
It is unseasoned rice vinegar.
Unseasoned. Big difference.
We're going to chop up some fresh dill.
Your dill is gorgeous.
The dill is amazing right now. You could chop up the stems. The stems are fine, but it's always better if you pick them off and get rid of the thick stems because we're not going to super finely chop it. Same thing with the shallots. You want to have texture. We're going to whisk in some oil.
And is that extra virgin olive oil that you're using?
This is a blended oil, so it's a blend of canola and olive oil.
Okay.
We are not trying to really emulsify this too much. We just want to get the ratios right. All the stuff that we just chopped, and we're going to throw this in the dressing. We're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper, and then we're going to taste and adjust it from there.
I'm such a vinaigrette fan.
We're going to take this and put it in a bowl and let it steep a little bit.
Okay, we've got a bowl around here somewhere.
There we go. And then we're going to let that steep for about 10 or 15 minutes as we go ahead and start to cut up vegetables for the salad. So we're just making large cubes of everything.
And you're not bothering to peel this cucumber?
No, we're not gonna peel the hothouse cucumber. We've rinsed it really well prior to this. We're just gonna keep the skin on. It adds really good texture and it has a little bit more flavor to it.
I think so too.
We have these baby heirloom tomatoes. These are great.
They're beauties, aren't they?
They're great because they're a little bit sweet. They just have a nice tomato flavor. We try to keep them a little bit large, but you can cut them in size that's preferable to you. This really comes down to how much you want, how many tomatoes do you really want. The recipe has a specific amount set for a dish, but to me, it's up to the person, whatever you want more tomatoes, you want more cucumbers.
And doesn't it depend on how the tomatoes taste?
It definitely depends.
If they're really at their very best, you want to get a lot of them in that salad.
Right. I agree 100% on that for sure. We're also going to cut some red onion. This is actually the item that you don't want big. We're looking for slivers. It's great in the salad, but it has a little bit of bite, so big chunks of red onion, it's going to overpower the salad a little bit too much.
And don't you feel like red onions are not all created equal?
I agree 100% on that.
Some of them have the burn.
Right.
And some of them are really actually sweet.
Right, exactly. We're also going to take some fresh mint. This is one of my favorite parts about this salad because it's just so nice. It's more like surprising and just makes you go, wow, that's so clean. We're going to look at our pepper now. I mean, it's definitely had some time to steep. Let it cool down. Obviously right now it's a little bit warm, but basically we're just taking the skin off. You don't need to take all of it off. It's going to add this nice charred, peppery flavor to it. You could basically put a roasted red pepper in there if you wanted to, because I know a lot of people do not like spice. We're gonna throw all this into a food processor, and we're gonna make a crema. This all goes in together. This is the pepper sourness with this buttermilk, some creme fraiche to add some richness and texture, a little bit of lemon juice, and then a little bit of salt. We're good on that. You want to hear it till there's no chunks left.
So you want it to be smooth.
Smooth, yeah. There
All
we
right.
have the crema, but we're gonna taste it to make sure. Nice spice, nice acidity.
Oh, it's
And
beautiful.
this is gonna be a garnish for our salad. So now basically all we're doing is we're gonna put all the components together in the salad. We've already cleaned and rinsed our frisee here.
It looks beautiful, doesn't it?
It's
Yeah.
great, it's colorful.
Mm-hmm.
We like to put it into before we mix it because a lot of the seasoning that's gonna go into the salad is on this trout. I mean, you can
Look
see
at
this
that.
trout. It's so moist, so much seasoning and flavor on here. We're gonna take the vinaigrette now.
And you
We're
want
a little
enough vinaigrette to coat the leaves?
To coat, yeah, you obviously don't want to overdress it in that sense, but you can always add more vinaigrette.
Yeah. Give it a good toss.
Give it a good toss. We're taking one large plate to plate the whole salad. Obviously, somebody at home can plate it the way they want to plate it. Obviously, this is not a single portion. This is more of like for a group to finish the poblano crema that we just made. Dress it over the top.
You're amazing. Thank you for sharing this absolutely fabulous salad with us.
Thank you, Kathy. It was a pleasure.
Here's a quick tip from Melissa's. Watercress. Julia made it irresistible. There's no way to calculate the impact that Julia Child had on generations of American cooks. For me, she provided a turning point in my culinary education. I cooked my way through her first book in my early 20s. To this day, one of my favorites is her version of watercress soup, a riff on leek and potato soup. Raw watercress has a peppery personality, similar to its relatives, mustard greens and wasabi. Once cooked, its flavor profile calms down, milder, but definitely bright. I add a few drops of acidic hot sauce, such as Frank's Red Hot, to the finished soup. I also top the croutons with a spoonful of a vibrant, creamy sauce. As Julia would say, bon appetit! Get the recipe at cathythomascooks.com.